of Kings divine, thy name we praise. Defend our sovereign land, break every sort of spite and scorn, and lead us forth uncowed by fear when our fight of honor is over. Let our song of triumph fill the sky, and our faith and steadfast courage, firm as a mighty rock, win from thy hand the crown of victory. Freedom, our songs of liberty, set a banner fluttering in a prosperous mean. By thy bountiful hand, raise his land of freedom, to exalt among the nations proud and free. Oh, the vast from shore to Raccoon, from the surging waves of Amber's Bay, from the rocks and rills of Goya, to the heights of Kilo Mountain. There's Africa's voice in freedom song, rise to sublime heights and magnify. He our God and great defender, grant us in the end to be great, in peace and unity and heritage, whole and undivided. Freedom, our songs of liberty, set a banner fluttering in a prosperous wind. By thy bountiful hand, raise his land of freedom, to exalt among the nations proud and free.
My dear brothers and sisters,
hello, people of Ambazonia. I think we are going to begin this live show. We are going to begin this live show in a minute. As you can see, I didn't plan for this live show, but something happened that I had to come live within a very short notice. And I'm thankful that I can see more than 500 Ambazonians now live watching this live show. I beg say this show will be a very short show. I expect the show make it last just for 30 minutes or so so that at the end of the day, the part will be important when I feel download them, share them for WhatsApp groups them. Before I start the show, if you look at my countenance, you realize and say, I look too dull. My face look too dull because I've been down since morning. Having heard of the sad event in Moyoka, it be very heavy. It be very heavy. Say we go just lost young boys, young girls, and parents just like that. And before we start this show, I want beg say we will give 1 minute of silence to all those who they perish for the Moyoka event today for Fako County in Southern Cameroons. And most of them, for that accident, some of them, my friends them, some of them, my friends them, they are in-laws. Some of them are amber warriors them. People where they ensure say make ground game go on. We don't lost like 5 or 6 amber warriors them in that accident. So we will take this minute now, give 1 minute of silence to all those where they perish for that unfortunate accident for Moyoka. And meanwhile, we pray for those who they survive. I hear say just one person survived, but he get broken legs. We go pray as we are Christians. We go pray for God for reduce the person in pain. I don't know even a man or a woman. But God for reduce the person in pain and give the families comfort at this trying time. Say you get up in the morning, the next day you hear say you are picking no day again. And we ask for God to thank God also for our own life. So at this point in time, we just see breathe air because we don't know what will happen the next day as we get up from bed. So before I get into the crux of the matter of this live show, make we give 1 minute of silence to all those who don't die for the Moyoka incident. We will begin now. May the souls of all our compatriots who perished in Moyoka this morning rest in perfect peace, and may God grant comfort to the families and relatives. Amen. Make us see when I write amen. For confirm with me say we don't conclude the rest in peace. Yeah. May their souls all rest in peace. All right. Thank you very much for all those way that you join now. Today I go try for talk for a pidgin, and I go try for talk between pidgin and English also. So the two way they don't bring me online, apart from the fact say today in Ambazonia we are mourning. Apart of the fact say today in Ambazonia we don't lost valuable people them, parents are mourning, and we pray say may God grant the families them comfort as they go ahead to bury their loved ones. And we do also pray for those of us who say they are alive. We thank God for the gift of life. Say many of us we travel from plane to this side with ship, for motor, with Okada, and so. And whenever we arrive, we thank God say we don't arrive, because it could be you, it could be me on that Moyoka road. And I no one go into politics here because accident nothing way a bit common for Africa, a bit common for Cameroons, even though we get so many bad roads, but it can happen in La République as it always happens for dollar and for dollar here on the road. It can happen everywhere. We go leave the people their souls, but they rest in peace without getting into the politics of it. And I'd also beg say make we stop for the share dead people their photos where they die for accident also. Even the dead, they too deserve respect. I've been talking money, say even me, myself, I'm a victim. I'm a victim of it also. You know, I've been sharing also dead photos in the past, but I don't make up a mind to stop that. I hope say those who are watching me today, you'll be able to stop sharing dead pictures or very gruesome pictures over social media. Enough fine. Now, which way it bring me live now about our struggle. You know, not only our struggle feel really take me out of my cushion hole. I say make I come talk for now. So if you are in Kiliwindi, if you are in Malende, if you are in Mato, if you are in Batibo, Bambili, Kumbo, Kambe, Misaje, Victoria, Tiko, Mutengene, Bimbia, Batoke, everywhere, Boyatown, Sase, Tole, Bamenda, get this now for me. And I thank all the way when I don't come online. Now, I don't come for talk about, say me, I be activist. And I be activist, I be Southern Cameroons son also. And for me, I don't decide say, we get for take this struggle to the finish point, which is the restoration of our statehood. And we talk say everything there on the table, will be on the table. Self-defense there on the table. Diplomacy there on the table. Civil disobedience there on the table. All actions there on the table for take us to the finish line. Now, we don't hear so many things over social media. First, maybe we know say, for Southern Cameroons, we are on our own. The youth, just know so. We are on our own. We not get funds them. We not get chiefs. We not get those where they call them say elites. All our elites them. If they're not there for CBDM, then they work for government. If they work for government, they are chicken-hearted people. So in Southern Cameroons, my people, we are alone in this struggle. We get only we, ourselves, and God. So when you hear an elite who call himself or herself an elite, he write any nonsense. It talk about school resumption, or it talk about against the struggle. Just read them, you cross up. Yeah? So now we're not supposed to bother much about when we read some elite or we read CBDM. Like today, I just say for Kumba Town Hall, we get CBDM elite. They don't rally. We rally. They say back to school. They share books them. Yesterday for Santa, the same thing. CBDM elite them. Mr. Jonathan Fru, it do the same. Today even for Mundemba, they are doing the same. So make that one know, but those are things we know. Those are things we know. So I don't come today for encouragement and say, make no bother. Those are things we know. We know say all our funds sell out. Chiefs sell out. Elite sell out. Whether na SDF or na CBDF or na who, all of them sell out. So this struggle now our own. Now we the youth. I want to say, we not say whether you dey Cameroon, you dey Nigeria, South Africa, abroad. We are all one, We are all one. We are all engulfed in this. We have the pains. We too will get families back home. We too will own businesses. So we all feel the pain of this struggle. Makes the man not think say because person A day abroad, it be less of a Southern Cameroonian than my way for Cameroon. No. All of us will feel the pain. Especially people who don't come out with our true faces. They be born me, they give my name Mark Bareta. You see me like this, with this my big head and big face, my big skin, now me. So we don't put ourselves too in danger. So there is no going back. Sagat. There is no going back. There's no going back. So I want to caution all those who they think say we don't want to abroad. No, we there abroad, but we feel the pain also. We not just fall from tree. We don't fall from tree. We don't fall from tree. We get to families. We get to people with the sponsor. We get to businesses. We get to interests. We not fall from tree. We are not Nigerians. We are not Biafrans. We are Southern Cameroonians, and we get stake for that country like any other Southern Cameroonian, whether home or abroad. So I want to encourage you and say, we will not forget. If we not hear all these people they right, talk nonsense, talk foolish, we not give a deaf ear, because if you assimilate them, if you take them, it will give you high blood. It will give you high blood. We need every single warrior, every single Southern Cameroonian to be at his or her best. I've told you, when you come against us, by the time you start reading some posts, you see the just first 2 lines, you can already tell what that post is saying. To avoid high blood, just go against, just cross it. My fellow brother, I will say jump and pass. When you read the post, just the first 2 lines, you will know what that post is talking about. Just skip it. Don't listen. Also, protect yourself from intox. In fact, all those posts which intoxicate you, you have to protect yourself from them. You have to protect yourself from those posts where they want to intoxicate you. No, because like people don't say put the outside. They are also on social media. No, writing. They go use names like Anglophone names. Amber this, Ako this, John Matute, or this. They will use names which resemble us, so that when they talk and when you read, you say, hey, if my own brother feel the talking that thing, it means say, Ibado, forget. This is war. It is war. It is social media war. And we Amber warriors, we Southern Cameroonians, we should be best at it. We should be best. So don't allow any post you see on social media to jump box you. If not, you get high blood. Because you will read some like this. Logically, when you read some, logically they make some sense here. Logically. But if you don't put history into it, you have to put history, you have to put the circumstances. It is logical that school should resume. It's logical. It is logical that education is a right. It's logical. But if you put now the ingredient of where we came from, of where we are going, then you agree with us that there shall be no school in Ambazonia until everybody is released and there is genuine dialogue to go back to the root cause of the problem. Yes. So people have come to encourage you. I've seen a lot of posts. So one group is fighting group A. Listen, this issue is not about groups. It is you and me. It's not about groups. It's not group A, group B, or group C. It's not about individuals. I made a post and I said, any individual, any group that want to take us back, any individual, whether you move for this struggle, if you miss someone who use gun in your, who bite your nose. Who bite your nose, because people have sacrificed in this struggle. Who bite your nose and bite your ear. You don't see me. I don't want to move them one army close, because I don't have vex. Any group, whether you move for this struggle or you get which degree, individual or group, we want to travel, bring. Just forget. So this struggle, everybody will take this struggle personal. I mean, personal. If you be Amber warrior, take this struggle personal. Take it into your bone, personal. Take it personal. Because we have come to a point where of no return. So, forget about groups, and take the struggle as your own. Make some groups don't make you feel bad. We have read issues on, yes, people can disagree. People can hamper each other. Which is okay in any revolution. People can disagree. But when people are going to blackmailing, calling persons A or B names, saying things, it is wrong. It is wrong. Because you give the enemy the weapon. You give the public the weapon to attack. You give the enemy the weapon to attack. some things are logical, some things are good to be called out, but we have to manage these things. We have to take them into context. I said, but how does it move the struggle ahead? It doesn't mean some people are saints. No, we are not saints. We all have shortcomings. We are not saints. No man will be sent for this struggle. We all get shortcomings. We all don't act in one way or the other, either knowingly or unknowingly. So I want to come to encourage you people, Amber warriors, especially those when they go home. Let your spirit not be bothered. May your spirit not bother you. If you don't read anything on social media, consider it as one of those posts, one of those things on social media. Because the struggle is bigger and greater than anyone. Yes. So, like I was saying, when you read posts from those foolish, they call themselves elite. They will read and they will make a very funny post and will say, they will come for school resumption and they say, meanwhile, I'm of the opinion that school should they should release all. Those Anglophone elites, you watching me, and what are you doing? They call him Azong Wara and the rest. All those big people. What are they doing? Kawalas and the rest. All those MPs. What are they doing? You call yourself Anglophone elites. What are they doing? You are fast to run your mouth and said school should resume. What type of school should resume? Go now to University of Boya, which is going on. Go there and see how Francophones are teaching those students in French, in a language that they cannot understand. You are talking about school resumption. Which school should resume? Under which type of condition? When everywhere is militarized, you call yourself Anglophone elites. Rubbish! Foolish! Rubbish elites. You are a disgrace. You are a disgrace. Elites who can come together. What are you afraid? You are afraid of your jobs? That you can't come together and make a stand and take a voice? You can't join WIBA? That a part of the country will go on for 10 months now with no school, businesses are down, people are afraid, daily abductions, yet you are going around buying books to share. Look at, if they give me gun, I can bullet you people down. Foolish elites. Yes, I've said it. Foolish elites. What are you doing in that Cameroon? You call yourself elites. You are worried. That is Chief Aya, who is there. What has he done? A chief judge. What has he done? You are bothered about campaigning for school resumption. How many posts, how many calls have you made? Have you even organized one rally in your village that release our people? One rally. Have you organized? How many times have you written to say, release everybody and let's go to dialogue? You are bothered about school resumption and what are nonsense? What are nonsense? You can't say elites. Foolish elites. Nonsense elites. That you can't come to for 1 year. And that one, they call it parliament. That a section of the council will be on strike. That the lawyers are going now for 10 months plus without going to court. Schools are down. And you sit quiet. The sort of parliament cannot even talk. And you can't say CPDM parliamentarians. Whose interests are you representing? Did they say you to go represent Paul Biya? Or you think going to school is only education? Education involves so many things. Education involves quality education. And it also involves that the student must study in a serene atmosphere. Do we have that? Do we have that? And you are asking that we should be the one to calm. No, we don't have the powers to calm the situation. Lies with the government. The government should be able to say, okay, I recognize the Anglophone problem. Release everybody. Go for dialogue. And once dialogue begins, now everyone knows that, okay, dialogue is going on. With third parties. What does the UN say? Go back to the root cause of the issue. Is that what the UN say? You, Azong Wara, I've read that document that you wrote. You are part of the board. Will you be proud of that nonsense GC result? Will you be proud of that nonsense result that you call GC? Is that what you fought for? You fought for that GC. You are a disgrace. You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace parent. You're a disgrace. Is that what you fought for? Is that the GC you fought for? That you fought for the creation of the GC? That GC will come out with a school in Yaoundé with someone having 21 papers with the same name. Look at the results. Look at the grades. And you call that GC, and you are proud to tell us that the degrees will be recognized. What a waste. What a waste. Wiba got up and spoke. What happened that all of you cannot rally behind Wiba and make a statement? What happened? Where have you sold your soul? Where? Na crime? Na crime say we not be anglophone? Na crime? Una be careful, eh? Una be careful. Una get lucky say anglophones naturally na good people. In our Niger so for Biafra. So when I saw God don't pass for my head. Now make them when God go pass for my head so no strong quite foolish. And we are sending a very nonsense document out about school. What is school redemption? That's this other one. They call himself Jonathan Fu. He will go and buy books to share. You are sharing books. What books are you sharing? Another one in Boya, they call himself Fix Who. The books that he made in front of the book, now he face with CBDM. Now we're not clear with it. When you go make book for beginning, you make book now we have face and for fun now CBDM. Are we in North Korea? What type of foolish elites are this? Did Bala, Fontaine, Mancho, what crime did they commit? What crime? Okay, just yesterday, in Bamenda, Cameroon reporter, all his staff, they went to the police. They were all kept, detained. Every day, they abduct Southern Cameroonians. Those who fly from Japan, from everywhere and come to Cameroon, they send them back, or they abduct them. You can't speak. You can't say chiefs. Chiefs and funds, whom do you represent? We are all useless people. We have lost. Look, in an independent Amazonia, you people will you should be very careful. What type of elites do we have in Southern Cameroons? What type of elites? What type of elites do we have in Southern Cameroons? What type of elites? Are you seeing how people are behaving elsewhere? Come on, Nigeria there, in Ghana. Why is this system francophone? It has francophonized people until you can't even speak. You are afraid of Paul Biya. So you think that if all of you come together as elites, you come together and make a point, you will not win. Yes, we are holding down education. When we joined this union in a marriage that never was, when we joined this union, we brought things. Look at what you bought. You bought your House of Chiefs. Where are they? You bought your parliament. Your parliament. Where is it? You bought Tico Airport. Where is it? You bought Tico Wharf. Where is it? You bought Manfe and Bamina Airport. Where are they? Tawakam, all those things. Where are they? You bought things in the union. Where are they? They destroyed everything. Everywhere is French. Limena is French. Market is French. Limbe Hospital. The doctors and lawyers, the doctors and nurses, they speak in French. In Kumba, they speak in French. A small girl who just left Q's, who come and be director in Kumba Hospital because he's from Betty. And somebody who has been there for years. What do people want? After they have destroyed everything, they now came for education and said, no, now we are going to stop our lawyers from being what they're supposed to do. They now came for our legal system. They came for and said, no, enough is enough. And so, we are going to hold that education to reclaim what we have lost in this union and ultimately to reclaim our statehood. Yes. If it's hot, go to the Republic and study. Go to the Republic and study. Pack and go to Japan and study. After all, it's a foreign country. Chicken heart parents who cannot even bend their hand and say no. At least, even support that people should be released. This brings me to University of Boya students. I know some of you are watching me. You are going to school in Boya, in UB. Are you thinking of Fontaine? Are you thinking of Fontaine? Do you know that Bala and Fontaine, they are lecturers in UB? So you want to crucify them? UB students, I will address you maybe in another day. We are a disgrace. And those lecturers who go about to teach, you are a disgrace. All of you are a bunch of fools. You are a disgrace. Those lecturers who are going to teach, you are a disgrace. That you are calling, that you can't even stand. Forget lecturers in UB and Bamenda and the rest. Forget issue of independence. Forget federation. Forget even anything. Forget the struggle. Just stand that, release our people. Just stand on that. Why can't you? About now, you call yourself a president of a SNES. You are in this. And you said that the teachers will be released. Well, you cut off the strike. Have they been released? That lecturers in UB, you can't stand your ground and say no. It is all for one and one for all, but it is all for one for all. You can't stand your grounds and say release our lecturer, release Fontaine, release Bala. Just stand for these two. Forget the rest. Stand for these two. Make it as your own point. Forget independence, forget federation, forget the struggle. Just stand that, release Bala and Fontaine. These are two people. These are two before you start school. You are there going to teach. Be very careful. This revolution shall not fail. It will not fail. Not this bunch of elites. I'm so vexed. I do vex. In fact, Southern Cameroonians, God bless you, because we are very peaceful, very loving. In another country, this would not happen. It would not happen. So what happens that these people can't come together? What happens? That funds and chiefs and elites can't come together and say, Mr. President, we are saying that we came into this union based on some terms. What this person saying is the truth. Look at our state of growth. Look at our economy. Look at our railways. Look at our state. Just look at everything. Gone. When we stand on the ground of education, we will succeed. That's why we are saying that school cannot just resume. How do you say school should resume? For what? That people have lost one academic year. So in September, they just go to school to sit in the class. What happened with the thousands of those who failed GC? What happened with those? So you have to promote bunch of individuals to the next class that they have not studied. And you are calling for school resumption. On that carefully, this Anglophone airlines. What type of nonsense is this? So, before I move into my next part, I think I've spoken enough to Anglophone elites, whether CPDM or SDF. I'm sure you must have heard me. I've said you guys are disgrace. Whether you work in the government, you are self-employed, or lecturer, or funds, chiefs, you all are a disgrace. And this revolution, history will remember this. You all are a disgrace. You are afraid of Paul Biya. You are afraid of your jobs. For how much CFA? That you can't stand your grounds. You can't stand the revolution. Yes, education is a basic right of every child. And that education is not just about going to school. That same education says that every child must have the right to quality education. When a child goes to class and is being taught in a language that he or she doesn't understand, is not quality education. It's against the right of education. When a child goes to school and the child is learning the names of ministers and governors, it's not education. It is intoxication. You are intoxicating our kids. It's not education. When students in the University of Boya are being taught by a francophone who can even teach very well because he doesn't understand English, it's not education. So you don't want to match, then go to school and then what? What next? The same Jean Femme Nongo, that one in Yaoundé, Femme Nongo, that one in Yaoundé, who says that there will be a Cameroon National Forum on education before this school resume. Have they called it? Have they? What has the Anti Committee done that will guarantee for school to resume? So we are fools. Then when you go to school, you are a fool now. At the end of the day, they say, okay, yes, you spend 1 year, you sat at home. What did you achieve? Nothing. You have to go to school, to sit in school, back to where you left. What country have we achieved? What? Ghana sat for plus 4 years. Today, Ghanaians can send people to space. Ghanaians can produce cars. How many of our engineers in Cameroon, you in UB, that you read physics, can you even fix a common watch? Our roads are bad. How many of our engineers there in UB, or those in Cameroon, can even fix a road? Can even mix good tar? How many of you call that education? Yes, the fact that I, Mark Bareta, I studied in UB doesn't mean that I am satisfied with what I obtained. Doesn't mean that I should support what I obtained from being passed over to my children. When I stop it in there, and you claim that the state will provide security to every child going to school. Okay, we have thousands of schools in Southern Cameroons. The state will provide security to all those thousands of schools. The state will hold each child hand from the house to the school. I'm giving again another warning. I'm saying that people are angry. People are angry. When you see that schools are being burnt, people are angry. People are angry. School might resume in some areas. But someone can attack one person. Every child life is valuable. Every child life is valuable. This revolution is a revolution without blood. But people are angry. When you start school and they see you with your uniform or going to school, knowing fully well that what they have sacrificed the last year, the people are still in jail, they might act in different ways. That's why we say the environment is not safe for school to resume. It's not safe. It's not safe for school to resume. The environment is not safe for school to resume. The state cannot provide security. Even us, we are saying it is two-way. The people versus state. It's a guerrilla warfare. The people versus state. Both parties are angry. Both parties are trying to show force. But the state is the father here. The state must not compare with its people. The state must rise up as a state we do. Mr. Biya has to rise up as the father of the nation and take this issue personally. Small Afghan Cup, Mr. Biya will rise up and he will make his mouth. He will create committees. And the committees he will create with over 160 Cameroonians. Amongst them, just about 5 Anglophones. That's not even concern us. We are saying that Mr. Biya has to take this thing as its own. If you really want Cameroon to stay united, you have to take this thing as its own. What stops the parliament to sit as, okay, one part of the country has a problem? How can we solve this? Being an Anglophone now is a crime, or being an Anglophone? It's a crime to be an Anglophone. It's a crime to be born west of the Mongo. They look at us as terrorists. When you speak English, you are giving a different connotation. Both parties are angry. We are angry. The people are angry. The government is angry. That want to challenge them. But the government has the responsibility to solve this. Mr. Bia has it to solve it. It's very easy to solve. Very easy. Apologize. Apologize to all the parents who have lost loved ones. That your army used rubber bullet and killed. Apologize to the people. Apologize to Southern Cameroonians. Apologize. Acknowledge the Anglophone problem. Call for a sovereign national dialogue with UN as a party. The UN says to the root cause. Release everyone. Grant amnesty to those who ran and said, okay, come home. Let's talk. Once everyone is there, now we'll put the cards on the table. What went wrong? And what went wrong was 1961. While they are doing that dialogue, school can be going on. Now everybody will be happy that there is dialogue going on. Something is going on. Why school can be going? So school cannot just go. You don't have people just start school. To start school, no even know that people are still in jail. No even know whether the Tassian is still out. Ayamba is out. Barrister Bobna is out. And all the rest who have run from Cameroon. I didn't run from Cameroon. I did not run. I came here as a student. I won't put myself in that group. I'm saying that there are thousands of people who left Cameroon because of the issue. They crossed over to Nigeria. They are scattered all over. Bring them back home. You, Mr. Bia, you have the power to do it. Don't be ashamed. The state is the state. The state is never weak. So all those elites who can put this thought as this and take a stand, you are disgrace. You are disgrace. They are disgrace. And that is why the consortium has said from tomorrow we have what we call active resistance. Active resistance. Active resistance. Which means that we are towards the end. So now it's sagat. We are towards the end. That means sagat. Active resistance means that now in this struggle, the struggle has leadership. The struggle has authority. And we know that since February, the authority in this struggle is Skakuf. I took my time to embrace Skakuf. Some people at the beginning embrace Skakuf. As we are going, some people are embracing Skakuf. It's still a body which is growing. Skakuf is not an angel. They too have their own issues. So, in this struggle, we have a leadership. And that leadership is Skakuf with the governing council, with the head which is Siku, the chairman, Mr. Ayok Siku Tabe. And within this Skakuf, we have other structures. We call them constant groups. So, for us, we are opinion. I call myself an opinion leader. I'm an activist. I can only say something. I don't have the power to enforce. I don't have the power to make decisions for the struggle. So, I only have the voice to give my own opinion for this struggle. I only have the voice to say things, but I don't have the power to take decisions. And that goes for every activist. So, whatever every activist will say on Facebook or so, it remains views, it remains opinions which are all welcome and it is their right. But no activist, no opinion leader has the power to take decisions for this struggle as of now, because the struggle now has a structure that we all have embraced and we all have accepted. And so that structure has said from tomorrow, Monday, August 21, till the 4th of October, there will be 3 days ghost towns. Now, the issue of ghost towns, I agree and I accept with so many views, with so many persons. They are worried about 3 days ghost towns. Some say, why couldn't it be 2 days? Some say maybe just 1 day intensification. I agree with all those who say so. But the authority has said from Monday, August 21st, till the 4th of October, that's just 1 month, 1.5 months. Every week, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, there will be 3 days ghost towns. That is, they're coming for to intensify. Already the ghost towns, it hurt us, yes. It hurt us, yes. But it has affected La Republique greatly. If you don't know, it has affected trade in La Republique greatly. It has affected the economy in La Republique greatly. So, it is not time for activists, for me to come, don't expect to come online and start saying, no, I'm against 3 days, I'm against this. I'm saying that, after all, it is those home that will observe it. So, the consortium is pleading, saying that it is time for us to end this thing once and for all. And so, we have to sacrifice again a little more. A little more. And so, they say 3 days ghost towns, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. And that's why they say take a food. Please, this decision is not Mark Bareta's decision. It's not Tapang's. It's not Ayabas. It is not Akosong's. No, it is the consortium. It is the structure. And the structure has said Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. ghost towns. With Monday, with strong emphasis on Monday. With strong emphasis on Monday. Now, most of you wrote to me and said there is confusion. Some are saying on Tuesdays and Wednesdays it is from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. There is no ghost towns in the night. It happens nowhere. There is no, listen to me, there is no ghost towns in the night. It happens nowhere. Ghost towns is 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. for the 3 days that they have said. Let me clear this. Let me clear this. I don't want to go into the gymnastics of maybe the 3 days is much or so, but I am an activist. I am a citizen of Southern Cameroons. My job as BaretaNews as an activist is to give out this information. I wish, I hope, I pray that I was consulted before the 3 days was taken. I wish they did. But unfortunately, nobody consulted me to ask if 3 days were okay or not. But I strongly believe that they have done their consultation with traders back home, the people, and they have taken a decision. And so, some decisions might be bad, but we just have to hold it true. So it's a place to see into it that the ghost towns goes through with much focus on Mondays. Because Monday is a Mami Wata. And this Monday, we are remembering those who were killed in Legnos. You know what happened in Legnos in 1986. Our people were killed. Some people say that gas was not natural. It was imported. And I am agree. I don't trust this regime of Pobia. Some people said it was imported from Israel. They came to test their bomb and they choose Bia. Bia said, yes, go to Bamenda. After all, Lolo and the fools. And they did. Those are some of the hypotheses that people are saying. I don't have any proof. But we are saying that on Monday, 21st of August, Tuesday and Wednesdays, these ghost towns this week, we are remembering all those who died in the Legnos saga. We have the families also watching me today. So if your family died in that incident, we say sorry. We say we remember you. And like I said, you know, in La Republique, the regime would prefer to remember some fire. Those who go to steal petrol and there was explosion, they will remember them and give them money. But when it comes to us, we will not bet. In an independent Amazonia, we shall build the monument for all Legnos victims. We shall remember all those who died in this cause, all those who died from the start of this struggle, from Albert Mukong, led by Ayamba, all Akums, all those who died even in the university strike in Boya. All those who have gone because of Anglophone, we are going to build a monument for you. So this Monday, we have said, this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays is a day to remember those who died. Those who died in that Legnos unfortunate incident. So that is a message I want to bring to you. that the consortium, which is part and parcel of the governing council, the structure, the vice chair, who is the head of the education committee, who will be in charge to see that school do not resume, Bareta, he has said that ghost towns is Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, from this Monday till the 4th of October, 1.5 months, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So, I want to clear that. If you have received any information about ghost towns being the night, false. Those are just opinions and views. And I've said it, every activist, every communicator, everyone have a right to give his views and opinions. Say, oh, I want to go to ghost town but one day. Fine and good. Some will say, I want ghost town but 2 days. Fine and good. Some will say, I want ghost town only in the night. Fine and good. Some will say, I don't want ghost town at all. Fine and good. I am giving you what the consortium says. The consortium says that ghost towns Mondays to Tuesdays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. That is the information. But I'm not calling you to see how we can get through this. It's difficult, I know. I feel it. I said, I hope I was consulted before that was made. I wish I was consulted before that was made. But now it has been done, so it's done upon us to push it through. We are tying a knot. And a lot of action is going on. A lot of diplomacy is going on. You won't know. They won't tell you. I myself, I won't know, but sometimes they will tell me what is going on. But we have a lot of actions going on behind the scene. Those actions we can't come on social media and say. So those of us back home, we have our own duty. Our own duty is to make sure that we shut down the schools and schools do not resume. That's our duty. That's our duty. And to ensure that we observe ghost towns. We have people, we know these people, Okada people, and taxi drivers. Last Monday, we had boys in March 16. They blocked the road because taxis were moving. And so, please, let's respect these ghost towns. Because it is better than war. Ghost towns is a means to join the... You see, some people say, why is it that government workers are going to work? Why is it that other sectors are not joining the education sector? We cannot crumble the whole sector. We will die. That's the truth. So ghost towns are only meant for the other sectors to identify with the Anglophone struggle. And so we say we close our businesses to show that we are angry with the state of events. So please, my people, that's the information I want to give. So I've received so many calls, messages, people from Bamenda, people from Kumkumba asking me, Grand Mark Bareta, we are worried. When is ghost town? Is it 2 days? Is it 1 day? What are the times? Now you have heard from me that ghost towns Mondays to Wednesdays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mbam. Now I'm saying that we must lay emphasis on Monday. On Mondays, we must lay emphasis on Mondays. And we are tying the knots. We are stretching ourselves to reach the final line. While we are doing that, let us allow the AGC, SCACUF, SCNC, SYL to do their actions behind the scenes. Let's allow those groups to do their actions behind the scenes that we don't know. We don't know tomorrow what tomorrow might bring. So our own role is that we continue to keep schools shut down. We observe ghost towns. We share messages of the struggle. That's our own role. While we allow those at SCACUF and other groups to carry on their backdoor negotiations, backdoor actions. So that's the information I wanted to bring to you, Southern Cameroonians. And my final say is that do not be worried. Southern Cameroons will never be the same again. Yes. Like the president, like the chairman said, Siku, he said that you can kill every Southern Cameroonian beginning with him, but La Republic cannot kill the spirit in us. Cannot kill the spirit to be free in us. Yes. We have said we have engulfed the spirit. The spirit to be free. Freedom is in our veins now. It's in our veins. It's in our veins. So we have that. So let's be let's be careful. So thank you very much. Hey, before I go, burn the flag, that Cameroon flag, burn it. The flag, it hurts the occupier. In fact, the flag has just one star, so it's not a flag. When that star, when it was changed from 2 to 1, they didn't even ask you that, can we change the flag from 2 stars to 1 star? Nobody asked you. The flag says in the middle, the yellow will be a gold star. It's not gold. The middle will have a yellow star. So burn the flag. Since the flag, it hurts the Republic. What is the flag compared to what happens compared to the killings? Burn the flag and burn it. Send to me the videos I'll publish. Burn the flag. That flag does not represent us. That flag does not represent us. The flag is a flag of shame. That flag does not represent us. The 1 star there means that it is the Republic. I think it was 2 stars a hand. But the star does not represent us. When they changed from 2 star to 1 star, did they inform you, Southern Cameroonians? Were you informed? They just changed it. The star in the middle, they said it will be a gold star. But now, what do we see? We see a yellow star. It's not even the flag of Cameroon. So, Francophones, burn it. Anglophones, burn it. If that flag is making La République to talk, if that flag is making them to be angry, we will continue to burn it, and burn the passport. What is the flag compared to the lives of those who died? What is the flag compared to the life of Akum? Useless plot. So, my people, it's time for me to go. As I've said, stay strong, believe in yourself. I keep saying that we are just home in Southern Cameroons that are watching me. We are just separated by oceans, by waters. But we are bonded by the love to see Southern Cameroons free. We shall be free. Believe in yourself. Take your own unilateral actions. And may the help of God, may the help of our ancestors be with you. And may the souls of all those who perished today in Moyoka incident rest in peace. Thank you very much. Thank you, Southern Cameroonians. Now, let's go and make Southern Cameroons great again. Let's go and make Amazonia whole again. I trust in you that you do the right thing. Thank you. Bye. Aluta continue. Let the struggle continues.